Well, how's it going, everyone? Today is a day. I am extremely tired. I didn't sleep at all until like 8 in the morning. So I'm appropriately tired. So yeah, kinda too tired to. Why is this constantly broke, chat? Why why are you this way, chat? Not you, chat. The chat window. You know. Understandable. So yeah, very tired stream today. And Green Hill apparently. I guess that's a thing too. But yeah, um, I like to say that I made some progress on this, but while since last stream, but I really didn't. So yeah, not the most energetic start to a stream, but you know, I take it. Yeah. I already see this is going to be great. I probably should have a proper background version of the Market Street, specifically for the underground sections, like the sewer section. So yeah, I want to emphasize this pattern more, which I kinda already planned out. I just don't quite know how I want to focus, like how I want to design it, but we will see. I just need to think about, because in theory this is mostly fine what I have here. Like put a line here and it's fine. But like, it's kinda bland, if you get what I mean. So yeah, I have to think about that. I kinda like the steel thing, but I also, if I put it on the actual sprite, like background sprite, it might look weird. I don't know. Definitely going to remove that for something more of a... Which is another thing, I should probably also make a actual floor for this area. So I guess I should start with that before I start with background. Luckily this shouldn't be too difficult, it should basically be the same except with those tiles also on the top. So I remove this all because I don't need it. Instead, I'll do... Let's reverse the pattern at least for some variety. So... I'm already doing it wrong. Three... Yeah, like that. And then just shade it the same. No. So, like this, I think. For the foreground layer, at least. That would make sense. And we all like when things make sense, right? Now I just copy that whole thing over here. Should probably just start by making the pattern here and then just copy it all over the place. It's probably easier. It also helps if I would actually do this correctly. But you know. And then I can basically just copy paste it wherever I need it. Except I would only copy this for that side because there's the black outline, and vice versa on the other side. So yeah. A simple pattern, you know, but something to have like a more tiled sort of feel, less how to say it, less brain words, please. Less with less asphalt, like less of a street and more of a path made for, you know, maintenance and stuff. I don't think I'll get a better response from a brain than that, so I guess that's what I'm going with. I do like how this pattern is looking, actually. The inverse pattern, like for here. Quite like that. And for this I need that. Should probably first remove this, so... Yo, maybe doing game with half awake was a bad idea. I start to get the feeling for a while. Um, Up there, that. That. I can remove that and add that one. Yeah, something like that. Then remove that entirely and copy this. Remove all of this and like add it on this side and on the other side too. And then I'll probably just copy all of this and paste it over there. That's faster. Same for this here. Okay. Still doesn't quite tell me what I'm going to do for the background, but you know, at least we are getting it somewhere. And somewhere is better than nowhere. Last I checked, anyways. Actually, first, before I paste it in, I should remove this so the asphalt is gone. Oh, I could have copied all of that, my bad. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. That would be that. Which almost looks the same as, you know, if the path was just continuing, but I don't really care. Okay, just those two. Which I can just pick that one. Copy over here, so I can remove that. And did I do this correctly? Yeah. Then I can just copy these and paste them where I need them. Not that. Second tile set, which is basically the same, but slightly different. I might make some changes to it later. Because I'm honestly not sure if I want to stick with that style. But we'll see. The bigger question is, what do I do for the background? Because I kinda don't want to just copy this. Also, this will probably have some consequences with this, but I will regret it later. Actually, I'll regret it now. I don't quite like how this turned out. I'll have to think about that. I should probably do some more decoration specifically for the streets. Because that was something I wanted to do. So I guess... Where did I put it? Yeah. I probably want to have some, like, streetlights. So... I would probably do it like... Something like... And then... Can make it as tall as we want to. Something like this, maybe? Obviously taller in practice, but... Yeah, something like that. Not too complicated, but you know, it's a straight light. What you expect. I should probably... have some light here. Because, you know, this is a lamp, it's glowing. So obviously if it's glowing it should, you know, have light on the side it's glowing too. And obviously also on the top because, well... If there's any light that comes from somewhere where these lamps aren't, it's going to come from above. Because, you know, the sun is a deadly laser. Yeah, something like that. And the lighting, and however we do the lighting engine will handle that, the rest of that. Also, speaking of light, I would like to steal this, thank you. Why am I stealing from myself? Yeah, that works fine. Obviously, still shading. Uh, I don't know why lampposts usually have these weird, uh, probably for all the tech, you know, maintenance. But you know, it's a lamp thing, so I put it on lamp. Yo, Dukin, how's it going? Um, um, yeah, these weird, you know, maintenance hatch slot things. I'm not a lamp engineer, so I don't know. um, yeah, that's fine. Now let's make a copy of that that faces the other way. With one distinct change, though. Because it's going to be probably... Oh. Well, let me think. I could probably do something like... These lamps are probably going to be in the background, so maybe I should make them darker. Because the way they're currently facing is they're facing towards the camera, which means they're probably further away from the player than, you know, the average object I would place. While there might also be lamps that are in the foreground, which would look more like, and less lighting here, but you get the idea. Because the lamp is facing away from us. I'm just thinking, do I want to have 4 variants of the lamp or only 2? Which, if I have 2, I would probably have this and that as the main variants because, well, maybe with the... Yeah, that's the thing, we can probably mirror the tiles anyway, it just... Mirroring it is not really a big deal, it's just more a question of do I actually want to do it that way, you know. Morning, glad to hear I'm not the only one who's super tired right now. How's it going? I'm currently, you know, I have achieved complete sleepiness. I am insanely sleepy. EP if you... I don't know. Anything else I want to change? Because I want to make the different direction clearly visible. Yeah, for context, I'm working on street. Wait a sec. I can't do this. No, wrong. That's more like it. This literally... I don't know how I feel about this literally just being a pipe without any shading whatsoever. I'm going to be honest here. Also, I should probably check something on the robot dude. How do I handle your eye? With what shading? Should probably use the same shading here. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I also only fell asleep at like 8 AM and was then awake at 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago sounds good. So like 4 PM, which is not good, you know, in case that wasn't obvious. I picked the perfect side for this. I kind of just have to decide one side which is more illuminated, so I'll go with that one. Even though there's literally nothing actually lighting up my light. Or life. I don't know. Something Sailor Moon. I don't know, never watched Sailor Moon. One sec, there's some noise outside. And I'm slightly confused. I don't know what that sound was. Could have been anything from screaming crows to barking dogs to the... that was kind of the joke I was referencing. Yeah, screaming crows, barking dogs, playing children, or construction work that isn't happening too far from here. So... something made weird noises and all of the above. Yes. Something made weird noises, and now I closed the window, so it's not my problem. I forgot I still haven't done the trash fire. The dumpster fire. Like my sleep schedule clearly is. Yeah. Streetlights. They can be extended as high up as you want. So I light there, there be light or something. I don't know. I have never read the Bible in English. I still have different topic. Yeah. I'm still not sure how I want to handle the sewer, like the sewer tiles. Both the background and the foreground. Sorry, I might have caught a cold. It is pretty cold anyways. If I caught it is a completely different issue. I'm not a fan of this. I don't know. The thing is, I can't. Well, that was weirdly. What? I mean, I have the sewer section I want to build. I can probably throw up Godot and look at some ideas. A little experimentation hasn't hurt anyone. Except when it did, but you know. I'm not helping my point. The thing is, in theory I like it too, because it uses a similar scheme to what I have already set up with the street. And it leans into this lower pattern I set up here. But at the same time, like, it kinda has the issue of, how do I say it? Basically the issue of, it kinda makes it all too samey, in a way. Like, there is no variance. So I kinda would prefer to have a more, how to say it? Yeah. I know I said I want to kinda lean into the reality is brown kind of concept to then, you know, subverted expectation with more colorful stages later on. Colorful alien in a way, you know. But I also don't want this to be too, you know... If it doesn't have any color, it's like... also bad. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. In theory, I wouldn't mind using, you know, this as a ground for the sewer section. But like, we already use it for the buildings and that would make it weird. And while, you know, it wouldn't be totally out of place, it would be like... It would need some work, I don't know. I also need to think about, you know, something like semi-solids, which I haven't even implemented yet. Which, in general, might either get a new sprite sheet, though I don't think they will actually need it. Because, you know, how many semi-solids am I going to have in the stage? And, I mean, they are not going to be a full sprite sheet like, uh, not a full sprite sheet like this. So I can probably do something like what I did with the, what's it called? Oh, with the windows, I guess. Yeah. I was thinking of the broken parts of the street, but the windows work too. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking something really quick. Probably doesn't align at all. That will be a problem for later. Um, I know we can. You can see Godot. It isn't. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I was also thinking some. I mean, on the one hand, I'll definitely get blue for uh the water of the sewers. Maybe a more greenish, brownish blue, but still like something in that direction. But I'm not sure. The thing is, taking. I think the biggest issue is that I take the dirt, like the dirt wall from. Uh, you know, words. I'm really bad at from the street tiles. I'm really wording today. It's wording time, or something. Let me just restart the entire sprite sheet. I feel like I don't get far with what I have right now. That's more like it. So back to the beginning. We, I, I theoretically like the, you know, tile pattern I have with these, which I also use in the background, but like, you know. So that's probably going to be the defining feature. Like what tells you what is ground and what isn't. It's going to be a bit more small than the usual ground indicator. But what if it wasn't? He said ominously, not continuing the sentence. Um, what if instead of doing this, I just removed the wrong layer? What if doing what I did before, where I took the idea from this, I instead would take just one big chunk of these, like something like this, and make it one chunk. Have I ever mentioned how fun chunk is to say? It's just a fun word to say. So like if I were to... How high is this? A... 6. 6. 6 actually. So like... Uh, yeah, yeah, right. If I were to use this as the basis of like the floor, with appropriate shading and everything. Yeah, what was his name? It's been so long since I played that game, I forgot like how half the characters are called. Like, that's not bad. It's a bit simple, but that doesn't make it bad. Can add some shading here to really complete the whole thing. Should I? I think I should. Nope. Then... yeah, sure. Wrong color. I mean, that's not bad. Nah, that's serviceable. I might add some texture to it later, but like... Nah, that looks horrible. Let's just keep it this way. And then put that here and there. Put this over here, and we are back at having to paste like this entire thing 1,000 times. But you know, I take it. It's progress. It's a bit of a different vibe to the rest of the tile set, but I think that's actually good. And yeah. I should probably, mistakes have been made. Not too big mistake, like too big of a mistake to be unfixable, but still mistake. So I guess my response to that is sincere and honest, oops. I will admit, earlier when I opened Godot, I tried to scroll Godot by scrolling in OBS, so... Listen, we both basically just woke up. We can give our brain a bit of a time until it starts. You know, install all the necessary assets. I probably should start by taking care of the actual, you know, normal, quote unquote, floor before I take care of the corners. And listen, my brain is slowly remembering my vocabulary. I'm slowly remembering what words I actually know. What a word is, you know. Sometimes it just takes a bit. What was that quote for? I don't remember, to be honest. Well, it's going to be one of the mysteries of the ages. And then I guess that one. So now that I achieved corners, I have to put all these corners to wherever they are needed. Like there. There. And then I can copy that, like that corner, or construct of corners. And corner my way through this sprite sheet. I hope you had corner on your bingo sheet. If you didn't know, you should have prepared a corner, a corner sheet, a bingo sheet. Well, too bad. I don't know. I sure do. It's the only word I know. By the way, I just realized I didn't actually rescale Godot. I had been thinking recently, why is there no Pokemon based on a Solifuge? I recently learned that these things are a thing, and like, that would be the perfect dark ghost type. Or dark bug type. Or ghost bug type. To be honest. You know? a thing that almost looks like a spider and or scorpion that is afraid of light and like tries to get into people's shadows. That sounds like the perfect dark type. It would also just make a good RPG boss in general, to be honest. Like a spider-esque monster that hides in shadows. This takes more damage from light. Also, in case you're arachnophobic, I recommend not looking up solifuges. When I say they could be a spider or a scorpion from the looks, I mean they look like the unholy offspring of a spider and a scorpion. Which is funny because they aren't even venomous, so they aren't even, you know, dangerous to humans. They're just absolutely terrifying. Yeah, I like this better. I still need something to put in the background that isn't, you know, this. And maybe I changed the walls here, but I'm not, I don't know. I'll figure that one out later. Ads are starting soon, and I would love if Twitch would have warned me about this. Like, we are a bit lucky here that I actually, you know, checked for once. So yeah, I guess I'm going to take a quick break. So everyone who's, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Twitch, fix your stuff. Actually, is there a user voice for that? There has to be. I'll check that. Meanwhile, I'll be right back. I have returned with GUIs. Actually, I don't even know how to translate it. One sec. Specular? It's a translation? I don't know. It's like a, I don't know. It's like biscuit cookie sort of thing. I don't know. Yeah, I'm back. Wrong scene. Wrong scene. I'm back. Yeah. I guess the question is now, what do we do for the background here? I don't think we're going to go with this, although maybe I'll keep the pattern here. I don't know yet. I actually... Can I just go with... Not this color, but... Can I just... Because if that just, you know, works visually, I would totally just use that. I just need to check if it works, I guess. And if not, I'll just hate it later. You know, as usual. And I already get the feeling it's going to be I hate it. Mainly because I think the pattern is reversed. But the shading is not. So... It's especially, it wouldn't be an issue if it actually aligned like this. That's very inefficient, but who cares? Like if it was this, it wouldn't be that problematic, I think. I don't hate this. I think I should, if I do it this way, I should replace these metal bars with something, but I don't hate this. Like obviously you don't see these tiles as much, but I don't think that's that bad. I only copied part of this. Yeah, but I feel because I don't use this shade of grey as much. And mind you, it's going to be in a more quote-unquote dark area with the sewers. So, again, I don't hate it. I'm going to try it, let's say it this way. The advantage of this is that it's in the background, so I can just, you know, if I don't like it, I can just remove it again. So I'm willing to give this a try, but I definitely need to think about something that replaces those metal bars then. I don't want to just pull this pattern down, but... Hang on a sec. I think I have an idea. What if I just do... And this is going to be insane, you know. How could anyone ever think of this? Insanity, I know. How dare I ever even consider something like this? Just making it tiles. Actually, yeah. How could I ever get away with something so controversial? It does look a bit flat. I am a genius, clearly. Thanks, I take my praises now. I mean, it's, you know, not the most elaborate solution, but it doesn't have to be. The biggest issue is honestly, I'm just going to pull it over. Completely aware what consequences that will have, but... Because it will have consequences. But we'll deal with those consequences when I'm there. I don't quite like this. Let me take this idea and let's try this again. I feel like I have a good idea, but I need to actually execute on it correctly. That it doesn't look weird. And maybe I don't have the right idea and we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I don't like this. Exactly. So, I guess... does this work? I mean, it probably does. But if it doesn't... Okay, I see. I can just copy this part. I mean, you know, not the most complex system here, but it doesn't have to be. And now I just mirror all of that. And that's basically all I need to do for this. Except I don't, because there's another thing I need to take care of, but we'll suffer the consequences of that in a minute. Oh dear. Because now, here's the issue. Because this isn't anymore, like, because the tiles when they hit a wall don't, how do I say it, overlap in that way. Like they don't go over here, like they do here. Because of that I can't just use this for a corner anymore. So I need to actually think about how I do the corners now. Which I know, terrible, I actually need to use my brain. Also I need to change here.
Oh no!
Oh no, indeed. But yeah, because of that, I actually need to think about how I do this now. Which I'll do in a sec. I first fix this. Because the lighting still comes from the left, mostly. Which I decided arbitrarily, but you know. Arbitrary decisions are valid. Yeah, basically something like this. And then I can remove this wall, put that here instead. Yeah, it's very, you know, fake and solid. It gives the feeling of something that is older than the streets, something that is, you know, that stood there for a while. Basically. And something that isn't going to go away anytime soon. Which, you know, applies to a castle just as much as it applies to the sewage system, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I agree, this looks pretty good. I just need to, you know, apply it now. Actually, I could just rip this, most of this out. And nobody would care. Because I'm just going to copy this entire frame. As is. And plop the entire thing here. I hope no one minds. I mind because I put it 1 pixel to the left. So I guess I'm just copying this, putting it over here, and but the rest, which the rest is 8 pixels. It's 8 pixels. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I remember they used it for the trailer for War of the Sparks in Magic. Weird tangent, I know. We had the book for that, but I borrowed it to a friend and I haven't seen that friend in a while. Exactly. I mean, the book wasn't that good anyway. I mean, here's the thing, I liked it, but it was weirdly written. Like, it had some pacing issues in my opinion. Which, in case you didn't know, I'm a magic nerd. Or I was for a time. Then again, COVID happened, and I didn't really buy a lot of new cards or anything. And then I kind of moved to Mouse to Duel because that was digital. Which is both cheaper and, you know, a lot more pandemic friendly. That sounds cool. Um, what is the class? If you don't mind telling. I'm curious. Nice. Barbarian. I always kind of want to play a barbarian at some point, but I don't know, I always kind of drift to spellcasters in the end. I don't know, I just like the utility of being like, I think about, like being able to think about something and checking if there's a spell. Yeah, I think I remember you told me. What's the link? I assume it's Unity related because, you know. Oh, they finally posted a response. Well, let me read it really quick. Sorry, that's a complete off-topic thing, but I am admittedly somewhat invested into Unity. It's this is good, but it's way too late. Eh, yeah, the problem is this is what they should have said in the beginning. If this was their plan in the beginning, I don't think anyone would have complained. Like, no one is going to get bankrupted by this anymore, but it's also like, the trust has been broken. Like, it is... Again, the problem is if they announce this in the beginning. If this was the pitch in the beginning, this would be fine, but it wasn't, and this is what ultimately will be the issue. The trust has been broken. And that's not something you can repair. They did too much to make things worse. Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. The problem is the problem with such mess-ups is, especially with a company like, especially with Unity, which already has had some issues in the past. Let's say it this way. It's like so many people have now already decided to move away, already had their trust broken, and even if you win some of these back, it's still they are going to search for alternatives now, and if they find something they stick with, they are going to stay with that, and that's just how it's going to be. Eh, Like this is good, but it's too late, and that's my stance on it. Which, to be fair, I'm a bit less invested in Unity, so people who care more might forgive them more easily. But you know, from my perspective at least, this is like I'm going to be curious what the response on the Unity in the Unity community will be, if they are going to forgive it or not. But I personally think it's too late. But we'll see. We'll see what they're good. We'll see what they're going to do. Like, the whole issue with this whole thing is, if they just suggested if they just said, yeah, we need some more money to keep financiating development in Unity, and said we will now have a royalty, like have royalties for games made in Unity or whatever, nobody would have complained. And most you would have need to take care that the royalties are lower than Unreal, so people don't switch to Unreal. But like, people would have understood. People, people who want to use Unity wouldn't just want to give it up for nothing. But the thing is, this wasn't just a change that, affected a few individuals. It was a very big change. And it just broke the trust in. This is very monotone, but I don't think it's bad, because we still have the contrast of the other tile sets. Plus whatever I put in that sewer section. I'm not perfectly content with this. Like, if I can find a different color scheme for the inside of the, I will, but for now this is fine. By the way, I don't know how long I'll stream today because I'm tired. Also, there's stuff that needs to be done, not by me, but something that needs to, something that needs to be uploaded. Speaking of, I also need to upload something on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to upload something today, otherwise I'll probably just take the time to edit a video for next week, because I have been slacking on actually editing videos. I'm... The problem is I'm stuck on a video that's... I liked the stream was fun, but it was very much a case of it's kinda difficult to watch back. And that's kinda difficult for me to edit. Maybe a more... Uh, a barbarian? That, that sounds actually pretty cool. Casting magic with rage. Like, that sounds sick. Not gonna lie. So... I need to rework the corners, but also I need to... I mean, I'm interested. It's been a while since I got to play a tabletop RPG. Maybe a brick. Oops. Whoopsie. Maybe a brick color would work. Wrong color. Maybe even... First, do the shading on this. Does anyone know how I do this? No. 355. And... I should not be struggling as much with 60 minus 15, but you know, here we are. And then Ida. Does this do... Does this look good? Or does it look horrible? There's only one way to find out. And we have our answer! It looks horrible. Abysmal even. The problem is the bricks aren't big enough to make this worthwhile. But it was a thought. Yeah. I just feel like the outline would look weird that way. I'll try it with an outline that's more in line with what I usually do, but I might try something else. 45. Yeah, that looks good. That looks fine. Although, I'm not opposed to the grey either. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, that should give it some interesting contrast. Also will probably be the first splash of color that you see that isn't, you know, just an enemy. odd, but I don't hate it. Though definitely not the effect I had hoped for. It is, unironically, probably the most saturated thing in the entire game. Like, so far I don't have much more in terms of colors. I don't hate this. Let me try it with grey. I hate this. Nah, I don't like it. Nah. Yeah. Nah, definitely not. 100% no. $1,000% no. Yeah, I think that let's just keep it for like this for now. I can regret the spaghetti later. Like again, I don't hate this, but I also it's not quite what I would like for this level. I could probably. Well, everything except that one. Yeah, it's a bit too saturated. Where did I do this again? I usually just do it manually because I like having control over how it looks, if you get what I mean. Yeah. Saturation. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I should probably color pick, like, find out what these colors now are. And I might manually adjust it a bit. Because I'm just weird like that. Because, for example, 35 is a bit low. So that's kind of why I prefer doing it by hand, because like that way I can easier follow the rules I establish for myself. And more deliberately decide how I do it or not. So if I were to 50, 40, Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's probably a smart thing to do. You are, of course, completely right. 5. 5. Maybe 10. Let's be a little bit... 15. Let's be generous here. Nah, 10. 50... 70. And 45. Blah, blah. I think it barely changed, but that's fine. I wish it was like... there was like a way to do this that selects everything. Is there? Is there global? No, of course not. I should probably just do it for one tile then. It's probably going to be faster. Because I don't know if the colors are aligned, so I rather just, you know, paint it over once to make sure. But, yeah. And yeah, I'm just that perfectionist. I'll have to live with that. Perfectionist and forgetful. Yeah, I should probably use it too, but indexed mode has some issues for me. I just personally find I often have trouble with it. Yeah, it's just, sometimes, it can be useful, but I feel like for it to be useful you need to know in advance what you want to do. And that's not usually how I design this stuff. Like, it needs a lot more planning. And if you have a plan, I feel it works really well, but do I look or sound like the type... Okay, look is a bit difficult to determine because, you know, I wish I had a way to zoom in on my face even more, but, you know, my face. Like the kind of person to plan. Yeah, I need to set... it's a lot of stuff I want to set up, I'm just, you know, currently a bit too busy to do it. Too busy, too... tired, too admittedly lazy. Okay, let's... yeah, that looks good. So, yeah. It's soft enough to, you know, not jump in your face, if you get what I mean. Because that's kind of the thing, a lot of colors we have in the stage so far aren't very, you know, they don't pop a lot, so having suddenly a color that pops in your face like that is not good. So I guess I'll export it and put it into Godot to see. And then I first need to remember how to set up the tileset again, because my memory is a thief. Yeah, it's going to be a neat little touch. Especially if we give some more, you know, graffiti and stuff into the sewer system. We can really give it the feel of like a safe area. Like a little hideout-esque situation for the rebellion. I just need to throw it into Godot. Open the file manager. Tilesets. Opening. Hold it. Hold it. And now I need to figure out how I do this again. Nothing quite like... It's not the hub right now, but I could use it for the hub. At the moment, it's just supposed to be like a safe area. One second, I can show you actually. Where did I put that? I've kind of made a map last stream of roughly how I want to redesign the level. So like, currently I have like a map like this, where basically the opening is pretty much the same, just accounting for the wall jump. And here is the first check where basically you have to learn the dash. Either you manage to do an air dash, or if you don't do it, you get into this section where there's a... which is in the sewer, which is safer. I don't know about the enemies yet. But anyways, it will have like a section where you have to cross a bridge, which breaks apart if you aren't fast enough. And yeah, it's supposed to be more or less a safer, slower path that teaches you the mechanics of the dash. But because of that, it's supposed to look more like a safe area. And again, could for example have signs of, you know, rebellion activity to like show you, oh, this is a safe place. There are people who actually work against these besides me. I just don't see them right now. So that you can later properly be introduced into the concept of the rebellion. That's kind of the idea. I think that makes sense, right? Or I could probably use the same tiles that I use here for the rebel base, now that you mention it. I haven't quite thought about how I want to do that. Because, you know, I first wanted to get the basics done. But yeah, first I need to add a tileset once more. Where is your texture? Oh, I'm blind. Don't... One day I will learn how to see. Ha, rating. Yeah. Godot, please. Open. Open Sesame. I don't know if I'm going to keep that tile later, but that's a later me problem. I need to make a new terrain once more. Terrain. Where do I make a new terrain? Right. There, yeah. Are you sure? Oh, I'm. Never mind. Listen, I am just that dense sometimes. I'm not really sorry. So I guess I need to now paint. No, tiles it. Tiles it. Paint. Select a property. Terrains. Terrains at 0. Terrain free. I'm slowly getting the hang of this. Slowly. You know? One day I will actually remember how this works. One day. And until that day comes, you have no choice but to wait until I figure it out myself. That's what you get. That's that's the evil punishment. I don't know. Oh wait, I just realized. Yeah, again, it's just because they used to be different in Godot 3, I'm not used to them. The more I work with them, the more I do understand why they are the way they are now. But it's still, you know. Back in my day... Their way. It's a lot easier to recognize how these corners are supposed to look when they are that big. It's way easier to notice the, you know, differences. Which is quite convenient. So, yeah. I did it. Grow, please. There. There! Well... Silk used to play Snake a lot in... especially Brawl, but also Ultimate. So, Snake's there! It's just burnt into my head. Just out of curiosity... Oh, that's no good. I'm just checking right now if the deck J aligns. And depending on if it aligns or not, we can work with that later. Also, it seems the answer is yes. Which is mightily convenient. Perfect. Perfect. Couldn't have wanted this any better. I don't know how long the section is going to be. I'll figure that one out in a sec. But that means I can just tear this through the entire, you know, landscape. Oh, wait, I can... Well, that makes this easier. Doesn't it? I'm sure that's fine. Why did I have to update this? Can I see the tiles, please? Thank you. The only thing I'm thinking is, do I want... Yeah, that looks way better. That looks way better. Well, that's neat. I like this. It's like a ground layer below the entire map. Let me check how this looks. Facing the consequences of the fact that I completely redesigned this level, so half the gameplay is broken, but yeah, here you now learn the... And now if you fall down here... Hey, guess what I forgot? Take a guess what I forgot. Oops. Mistakes have been made. Let me fix that real quick for you. Does it? I forgot it because, you know, I didn't need it. Where do I set? Do I need to paint, physics layer 1? 0? That's collision, right? It looks like collision, so I assume the answer is yes. Because, I mean, obviously I didn't need it here, so I didn't use it. Oops. Oh, That also means Windows didn't have collision. I did it. Now you should be able to actually stand on these. Collision is still so broken. As in enemy collision, not. Well, that looks like a cozy place. Except I would hit my head if I jumped there, but then again... So that looks good. Obviously I would need background walls, but like... That's easily done. Yeah. Something like this. Probably... I'm going to probably make a new background layer. I mean, it makes sense. Collision is like background is probably what's going to make this look the best. I should just, you know, do use my few brain cells to make this actually work like intended. And then, yeah, I know ads are starting soon. I in fact I snoozed them earlier, so I could finish this really quick. I am paying more attention to the ads now that I know they are not functioning. Which is funny, because snoozing the ad apparently fixed some of that. But yeah, this looks good. Obviously I will need to add all that stuff like, you know, decoration objects, a proper tile set. Maybe like some sewer pipes in the background with liquid draining. You know, the usual stuff. And obviously I need to think about how I handle the crumbling floor. I'll figure that out when I get to it. But that might be not today. I don't know yet. Either way, I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. Well then, let's get back to this. Oh, he's still standing there. I didn't close the... oh. Do you think it ever gets boring for him to stand there? I mean, at least he has more colors to look at. That's something, right? Yeah, right? Those things are heavy. Especially if they are properly balanced. Yeah, that looks decent. Next priority is probably going to be some sort of semi-solid. Just so we have them, I guess. Yeah, it's still going to be decently heavy, even without. Plus, I mean, even if not. Yeah. One sec. I need. I minimized OBS. Great. Now what I wanted to do, is spread. The plan, but that's not what I wanted to show. I mean, yeah, probably. It's kinda intended that way. It's been a while since I used a buckler, but basically it's a very defensive thing, where like you hold your shield while still having your sword able to, you know. I'm probably very bad at explaining. It's been a while since I did that stuff. But yeah, what I wanted to, like, one thing is wrong layer. Yeah, I don't know quite as much. I used to do like I used to hang out with a lab group who did sword training every Saturday. I think they're still doing it. I just, you know, I'm not that. I don't have as much time, sadly. I would like to get back to it. It was fun. But you know. Actually, no, I think what I'm going to do here is something like this, maybe? Other way around. I think other way around looks better. But yeah, I know a little bit, but not much. Not as much as I would like to anyway. I'm always curious to learn. Failed 6, yeah. So I guess something like this? Maybe? Yeah, that looks good. As like a semi-solid that you can stand on. with that for if it's attached to a wall and that if it isn't. And the second one will probably be more of a that that's fitting. The heck is it called? Manhole cover. A manhole cover. Also, why does it suggest me to buy one? Google, what? Why would I... Why? Why is there an entire store for drainage systems? Google, what? One sec. I feel like I need to show this. What? Like, I looked at that page, they do actually sell manhole covers. What? What? Why? Why is there a superstore for drainage? Why would any private person need to buy one? And I feel like construction workers and stuff, people who might actually have a use for it, would have like, yeah, contractors. Why would you need an online store for that? And this might be the weirdest tangent the stream has gone on, but why? I am genuine. Why does this exist? Who is the target audience for this? Who is going to buy that? I kinda lost my train of thought here. What was I doing before we found that? Why am I here? Same is that's right. How did we get here? Bake the Cat's theme playing in the background doesn't help this situation in the slightest. I'm just concerned. Honestly. Um... What color do I want to use for these? You know, you'd think after googling a manhole cover store I would know which color manhole covers have, but I don't. Wiped from my memory, yeah. It's just gone. Uh... Probably a greenish gray. Yeah. Don't remind me of Oblivion. Oh. That sounds tasty. By the way, the lyrics, what do you think about the incident? I always think it says, what do you think about the internet? And you now have to live with this. This is work the way I wanted to. But yeah, I'm probably also calling it relatively soon. Simply because it's already somewhat late. And also, again, I'm tired, so like, I honestly don't need any more justification. That's really nice. Like, that's really good to hear. It's always great finding something that, you know, works with what you need. Speaking of working with what you need, this is working surprisingly well for... Oh, is it? No, it isn't. I'm messing up. That seems like it's going to be a real problem. But on the positive side, this means it's good. Or at least that's how I would see it. I mean, what do I know? I'm just a hopeful optimist. um, can I just? Is that okay? That looks fine. I would like to have like a line here somewhere, but I feel like if I do a line here, I need to continue the line throughout the entire thing, and that's going to look awkward. Okay, this is why. Why is the stock? Why is the stock market so weird? I'm going to be a bit more careful with the color here, so it doesn't look too dark. Is this? I mean, yeah. I suppose that makes sense. Well, for business people, it makes sense. Does this just look weird, or? Yeah, it just looks weird. Whoop. I don't know. I kind of want to have something here, but I also don't know what I would put there. I mean, here's the thing. It didn't look terrible, but I think it didn't quite achieve what I wanted, and it just muddied the differing here to a point where it barely... I mean, I guess, it's just, you know... Maybe I'm just perfectionist about this, but I feel like I just want to have something here that actually... that actually sells the idea of it being more than just, you know, a platform. Yeah, I agree. It just... When it... For example, if this was more than one tile, or like more than 3 tiles long, we would have the problem that it, you know... Hang on, actually. What if I... I don't know. Add another... shade to this. 85. So like... something to put here. Instead of just nothing. Yeah, that looks good. I think that it just gives it a little bit more depth. Yeah. doesn't even need to go all that far. It just needs to, yeah, tie it all together. I guess that word works. So now we have a manhole cover, which apparently you can buy too. Which feel I will not emotionally recover from that information. I also like it because it adds a bit more contrast. I still have to tap open. So, yeah. Anything else I wanna add? Because we have done a lot now. Even if I would like to do a little bit more, I guess I could finish it. I didn't do the corners yet, I should probably finish those, because if I don't finish them, I will forget. I won't remember. I just won't. So, I guess cornering, specifically the lower corners, which means I can just steal this. Yoink. And attach to it. Where did it go? Probably just hit backspace by accident. That's usually how I design the corners, by the way. It's just easier that way. Nah, honestly, what we have for the corners already works quite well. Establishes a sense of hierarchy for the... you know. Yeah, I think that's fine. Well, then I don't need to rework the corners. GG, I guess. I guess I should probably also do the background. Because I probably shouldn't rely on that background tile being there. I also need to... if I remove that, I'll probably need to update it. Great. Thanks for... So... I guess a copy of this with... I really should have thought about removing that after I... you know... Whoops. My bad. I still have it in the Market Street tile, where those also shouldn't be, but... you know... details. Details. Is that the background? That's background. So... that's the wrong thing. Oh, I forgot to change back from Godot. I didn't even move it yet to Godot. What the... Brain, please. Focus. Concentration. Gone. Reduced to ashes. This is going to hate. Godot's going to hate me for. No. No. How do I delete this tile? Godot's going to hate me for this. Yeah, Godot, I am aware. I just removed a bunch of stuff that you kinda liked being there. Well, guess what, Godot? Too bad. And I'll later need to fix the other stuff as well, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So yeah, I'm just going to copy that, steal it for this, and I can remove these tiles because these tiles aren't going to be used. Speaking of, I haven't yet made the semi-solids, but I don't think we have a collision set up for them yet. I kinda like it too, but the reason I want to use the grey brick specifically, is because these grey bricks are also at the bottom of the street tiles. So the idea is that it, like, you know, kinda has that sort of feel of the ceiling and walls being... I'm explaining this horribly, but you know, which me doing gestures in the room like anyone could see me also doesn't help. Ceiling and floor match, yes. Ceiling, floor and wall. To make it like a uniform sort of building style. Kinda emulating the round feel of the sewers, but not really. You know, the concept is there. One second, this is probably easier. And this, and then, yeah. And then I unfortunately need to ruin all of this by making... This is going to suffer the same contrast issues that the, you know, that the original draft had, because this is going to be much darker. But that's fine. It's kind of the idea behind this anyway. Sonic Colors OST, by the way, has no right to slap this much. So yeah. Um, this is of course again a bit repetitive. Because it's just, you know, the same sprite, but I changed it. Also, with basically no contrast here, this is going to be great in terms of... Actually, yes, I need to do that as well. This is going to be great in terms of, you know, finding what I'm still missing. I do actually like the style of background though, like the way this background... In general, this sort of using the same concept but making it darker for the background. Obviously not the only background thing I'm going to do, but it's a neat, you know, way of doing it. Also, this makes it very easy to find stuff I need to change. The mostly grayish. Because it makes it way easier to spot these black outlines. Does make it more difficult to see shadows like this that I didn't change yet. I should probably play Sonic Colors on stream at some point. It's not going to be a new playthrough, but it's like one of my favorite games, so at some point I should probably get to it. I think that was everything. I hope. So now I get to this color. Nope. And hopefully that will look good. Hopefully. I have. That's how I do my SA2 randomizers, in fact. I haven't done a SA2 render in a while. But I should. It's fun. Sorry, by the way, if I'm a bit quiet, I'm a bit focused on this. Because, you know, I don't want to miss anything. Yeah. This is also something I've been thinking about wanting to do at some point. Like, doing some fun randos with, like, stupid ideas. I still need to play DKC games. I want to, I just, you know, didn't find time. And I don't know if I would want to do that on stream or not, but I definitely want to try them at some point. Oh dear. Oh dear. Uh, over there. Ah, I see. By the way, the layer system theoretically would allow me to do. I had an idea where basically, if you have. Basically, for some tiles, you could make a randomized background by having these outlines as a separate tile set. And then randomize the base tile like that below. I forgot to... Just a thought I had right now. Kinda detached from anything else, but you know. Yeah. But in theory it could work. I'm almost done with this color, so only one more shade afterwards. Which luckily is the easiest to see. Oops. I did it again. And I actually forgot the rest of the lyrics. Oops. I forgot. Not I did it again, this time I forgot. I think... Oh. There. There! I wish I was better at doing a snake impression. That's a random quote. If I've ever said one. Also, we all agree that when we array, the direct message is going to be about manhole covers, right? There's just no way it isn't. What? Whatever said? I haven't. I. That sounds fun. I'd be down with SA2. I just, don't know if I have time because time zones and stuff. Huh. How? Integers usually don't just turn into strings. Last I checked, anyway. Huh. Definitely weird. Dang, that's pretty sick. GG's. Like, I genuinely don't think. Huh. Go figure. Oh. Okay. Nah. Nope. That should be all now. No. No. Bad Ace Sprite. No cookie. That looks perfect. No, to put that into Godot. Where's the folder? There. There. Why am I still trying? Was Ace? Couldn't you see Ace Sprite the entire time? Why did nobody tell me? I'm a horrible. Oh. Then where did Godot come from? Is my memory that bad? It probably is. When did I... Oh. Oh, yeah. I'm just... Chad, I need a minute. I need a scene like the one Dan has with the repair tanuki. I really need something like that. Okay. You get a new texture. Sprites. Oh yeah, that one can go. That isn't even part of the sprite. Those don't need physics. I just realized I might have made a mistake. A slight mistake. Does anyone know how this tile set is actually supposed to look? I have no one to blame for that but myself. Think this is what this is supposed to be. See what I mean with I made mistakes? I don't even know what these tiles are anymore. Well, I do know what that tile is. I mean, I could. Or I could look at, you know, a sprite. It's not like I, you know, don't know the styles that... I do happen to have quite a bit of an access to the original sprite sheet. For reasons completely unknown. Plus you can actually see some slight irregularities if you know what you're looking for. And I mean, I know how I designed these tile sets as well, so like there are things that I can just know. Like I know this tile is supposed to be that. I know these tiles are supposed to be like these. Just need to figure out which of these are where. And these are that. These all have one corner. And I just need to figure out which corner these are. These. And then I can fill out the rest quite easily. And that's it. I achieved tile map. Let me guess I don't, yeah. And these all go in the background. Wait, I can still do just this. And it, what? Oops. Hopla.
Okay.
And I can get rid of these. I did it! I should maybe, you know, draw. And that should look fine. Yeah, that looks... my throat. Yeah, that looks like it should work fine. I don't know why this was this tall exactly. I think it's just tall enough. TM. Let's see how that looks now. Yeah, I especially like how you really see the concept of like the outline being less solid, quote unquote. Like, it really works well with this. Has exactly the effect I want. Yeah, I like this. Oh, I'm stuck here. It's a soft lock at the moment. What? That was the stream. I'm soft locked. Nah. Well, it is probably the stream, but not because I'm soft locked. Oh, that was good progress. I need to implement the semi-solids. I don't know how I would do that right now. I should probably add them to this tile set, but that's... Then again, I don't really need to do anything for that, so... Yeah! This was... that's that. Thank you all for coming to the stream. It was, definitely a more tired stream. I'm gonna snooze that ad. I don't need ads right now. Yeah, thank you all for coming to the stream. See you all next time. Next week is going to be my last week for now, until I'm done with my retake exams, and then I'm going to reschedule my streams a bit. Based on, you know, how my plan looks, like my subjects are arranged next semester. So yeah, next week, last 2 streams of this season of Freud, you know. I hope I can fix some stuff in the time, but I probably won't be able to. But either way, next week, Wednesday, going to be, you know, game dev, and then Friday I'll see. I'm not quite sure yet. But yeah, that's the plan for now. For to now. Just kidding. Yeah. Let's raid Dan. I never get to raid Dan. I don't think Tanuki Dan needs an introduction here, but in case you don't know who Dan is doing a lot of retro games, a lot of indie games, but also Mario Maker, and he does a lot of amazing songs. It's often does spontaneous songs, and currently he's doing a 12-hour stream with chat selected retro games. I remember that. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So thank you all for coming to stream. Raid message. It's going to be wanna buy some manhole covers with whatever raid emote you have. Like either use my raid emote, or if you don't have that, just use whatever you want. So yeah, thank you all for coming to stream, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.